Hey everyone, this is June from Turning Point Life Investment, and this is your market analysis for the week ending in August 29th, 2009. So, starting with a 3-year weekly view of SPY, let me zoom in first. So, this week was very different from what happened last week. Last week, we had some pretty nice explosion to the upside, but this week was completely different. We had a very small body candlestick. Actually, you can call this a doji candlestick, where telling us that there's no one party in charge, neither the buyers nor the sellers really were able to push this market this week. So pretty uneventful. The only thing is this could potentially be a reversal sign. The only thing we need to see is a close underneath this doji. Dojis are usually good signs of turning points, but we need to see a close underneath the doji as a confirmation. Now, as far as upside, we notice that there's a gap right here. Okay, you can see that better right here. So a gap near 105, okay, give or take around 105, and the upper boundary of that gap is around 107. So you can see prices right now are very close to retesting this gap. If the market has more upside to go, I would say, definitely say 105 is a very good target. If there's more, then I would say 107. Then that would close this gap formed back in October of 2008. Okay, throwing back the studies, you will notice that we are starting to show divergence with the MACD. So this is telling us this move higher is a weak leg move up. Definitely not as strong as this one here. We're starting. Okay, we're not exactly there yet, but we're starting to approach overbought once again. But again, keep an eye on this. We're not exactly there yet. Okay, now we go into a 6-month daily view. Okay, so looking at the price day action, last week I mentioned that it would be very bullish if the market came back and retested the 101 or 102 area, and it managed to do that on Thursday. So prices went a little bit higher. However, it did not hold. The bulls did not manage to hold their gains. Came back and retest 102 as support. So 102 would be your immediate support level. Anything underneath that would tell us that there's more correction to come. On Friday, we produced a rather bearish looking candlestick, a nice gap up, and then it sold off pretty much for a good portion of the day. But overall, if you look at this week's price action, we're pretty much stuck within some kind of small range, slightly above 104 and 102 as our bottom support. So any break above here, we'll probably retest 105, maybe even 107 if we close above 105, and any break underneath 102 will probably come back down to either 101, where there's a gap here, or even all the way down here towards 98. So 98 will be a very good support level, as that was the previous support level a couple of weeks ago. Okay, you're starting to notice divergence even on a daily view, so that's pretty significant if we notice a MACD divergence in the daily and the weekly. Okay, and the other thing I said to mention is to keep an eye on the overbought. So overbought and weekly are also approaching that extreme level. It's not there yet. Okay, so both time frames are showing us the market's getting to that extreme level once again. Okay, next, going into the VIX. Again, this week, not a whole lot to say. There's really nothing new that the VIX is telling us. It is saying that 24 is acting as pretty strong support. So that's a level that I'll be looking for. Any close underneath 24 would tell us that there's probably more bullishness to come for the market, since we're seeing a drop in volatility. On the flip side, if we're able to close above this 50-day moving average, which has been acting as pretty strong resistance ever since, would tell us there's bearishness to come for the market. So VIX wise, again, just like the market, it's going sideways, so nothing really new to say here. Overall, going back to the charts, the market is setting up for some type of movement. It's hard to say whether it's up or down. It does feel a little top heavy right now, but there's plenty of surprises that we've seen in the past where the market looks top heavy, but we get that upside surprise. So all we really have to do is just watch for that price level. Any break above Friday's high, 105 and possibly 107 might get tested to close that gap back in October. However, if we break underneath 102, possibly 101, maybe even 98 would be support levels that I'll be looking for next week.